I went to a rave with my wife on Saturday and ordered a beer at the bar, only to be served a beer. Hi all, like the title says, my wife and I went to a rave on Saturday. I've never been to a rave, so I was fairly excited. It was at a bar that had closed for the day and was open for the event. Well, we got there, some of the first ones in, and in the back they have a fire dancer and a fire pit and vendors in the backyard of the bar. Inside the bar, the DJ was setting up. I ask my wife if she wants to grab a beer before the bar line clogs, and she says yes. Get up to the bar, and I order a sour ale. Only as the bartender told me, they were out of that sour, but had this other sour I could try. I agreed, and she heads into the cooler and comes back with my sour. Something seemed off. It was white, like a Smirnoff Ice. I kinda shrug it off and try it. It doesn't taste like a sour, but it has a tang. The bartender says, I know it looks odd, but it packs a punch, you'll see. Turns out she was right for all the wrong reasons. As the night goes on, and I drink the sour, things are pretty chill, initially. Wife and I are sitting up on the loft watching people dressed like vampires and minions and tacos dance down below to a remix of some song. Eventually, my wife wants to head outside and hit the THC vape we have. We did, finding a small bench near the edge of the property to smoke. I hit it, she hit it, I hit it, and maybe 2 hits in, I realized I was way too high for some reason, like uncomfortably high. Eventually, we get cold and I suggest we get a beer, because I thought alcohol might help. This time, the bar's line is long af. But we eventually reach the bar, and I am baked out of my mind. That's when the bartender from before looks at me and motions for me to approach before a couple of other customers. My wife and I go up. She leans in and says, so that wasn't the sour that I meant to sell you. That was a THC seltzer. It took me a minute to register what she'd said. When it did click, well, I'm so awkward when I'm high that, with a blank stare, I whip out my arms, rocking 2 shakas and a grin and said, nice. The relief on her face was palpable. She takes a deep breath and laughs out, saying she was so scared I might have to have a drug test in the near future, or maybe I was allergic, or just straight up didn't want to get stoned. I shrugged and said, I don't mind. Probably better me than someone else. She gives us my next beer and I head out. Don't know what the point of this story is. Pretty funny though. And it was fun to see everyone in costume. Also, the fire twirler really held my blasted out attention, lol. Raves are really cool. I never want to go to one again.